The most violent animes. For many people, shonen is synonymous with anime. This type of anime usually features fights and some common elements across different stories, but at the same time, there are other animes that really take things to the extreme, especially when it comes to violence. And forget the classics, I'm talking about modern animes. Want to know which ones? Come with me. I believe the main difference between a truly violent anime and one that isn't as intense is precisely the amount of blood in the fights. Or at least one of the differences, right? Because if you stop to analyze, some animes even change the way they handle this over time. Just look at Dragon Ball. It gets progressively more violent until Dragon Ball Z, but when Super arrives, a lot of things are toned down. Now, if you're into a little blood, a broken bone, or a slightly exposed fracture, then chances are you're really going to enjoy the animes I've selected for you. Let's take a look. But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and leave a like to support our project, okay? Soul Eater. Soul Eater is an anime where you have people called weapons and meisters. Just like in Game of Thrones, these guys have special abilities and basically live to kill and consume souls. There's even a ranking system to determine who can earn better equipment, artifacts, and other powerful items. One of the protagonists, after killing a witch, accidentally consumes the soul of the witch's cat, instead of the witch herself. This mistake forces him to restart his progress in the ranking, which was already quite advanced. The main duo, Soul Evans and Maka Albarn, try to make up for this loss due to an unexpected problem that wasn't exactly in the script. Yes, it's basically a competition to see who can kill the most. Assassination Classroom. Assassination Classroom is a modern anime classic when it comes to violence, and believe it or not, it has a truly brilliant story. Basically, it's about a high school class that is challenged to kill their teacher. That teacher, Koro Sensei, is a powerful tentacled alien who actually teaches his students combat tactics. The students are constantly trying to assassinate him with well-thought-out plans, but they never succeed. Oh, and Koro Sensei could kill them at any moment. He has the power to do it, but he simply chooses not to. It's one of the craziest anime of all time, but it's definitely worth watching, even if you're not that into violence. Kill la Kill. In Kill la Kill, we have clothing that grants superpowers to certain people in a highly unequal society. Among these people with superpowered outfits is Ryuko Matoi, who wears a school uniform that even has a name, Senketsu. She is on a quest for revenge against the person who killed her father, stopping at nothing to achieve her goal. Meanwhile, various conspiracies and power struggles unfold around her, with clothing playing a crucial role, kind of like the armor in Saint Seiya, you know. And violence? There's plenty of it. Not just from the protagonist, everyone settles things with fights first, talking later. The result? Blood everywhere. Pretty awesome if that's your thing, of course. If not, well, just skip this one. Jujutsu Kaisen. Here we have a world plagued by cursed spirits and a handful of sorcerers who know how to deal with them. And by sorcerers, I mean fighters. The main villain of the story is a supremacist, kind of like Magneto from X-Men, so you can imagine that these cursed spirits are handled through sheer brute force. And most of the time, things get way out of hand. Could the fights be avoided or at least toned down? Sure, but no one in Jujutsu Kaisen cares about that. People strike first and ask questions later. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. Demon Slayer, or Kimetsu no Yaiba, kicks off with brutal violence as Tanjiro Kamado discovers his entire family slaughtered by a demon, with his younger sister, Nezuko, turned into one herself. The scene is intense, and at that moment he decides to become a demon slayer, seeking revenge against the one who killed his family, while also trying to find a cure for his sister. And this journey? It's nothing but pure violence. The demons are ruthless and the slayers are just as brutal. In other words, it's a complete bloodbath. If you can't handle gore on your screen, stay far away from this one. Don't say I didn't warn you, all right? Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin. Attack on Titan, one of the biggest recent anime hits, is pure violence from the very first scene, when we witness the attack of a Titan, in fact, the largest of them all, on the Shiganshina district. Titans are giant humanoid creatures that in some cases seem to act without intelligence and literally tear people's heads off. They bite, rip people in half, dismember, crush. It happens all the time. After all, the anime portrays the horrors of war. But you know what's worse? The humans fighting against the Titans aren't much better, committing their own share of atrocities. This anime is almost unbeatable in terms of violence. Devilman Crybaby. Fortunately, we have Devilman Crybaby to take the crown for the most violent anime, and I think it's hard for anyone to disagree. The story follows Akira Fudo as he gets possessed by a demon, turning into a devilman. Meanwhile, the entire world simultaneously discovers that demons exist and are out there, possessing people. Your neighbor could very well be a demon, and you wouldn't even know it. Get it? And it's precisely this mass panic that drives people to commit the worst atrocities imaginable, whether it's against those possessed by demons or completely innocent individuals who have nothing to do with it. It's shocking. The violence escalates quickly, and this anime is only recommended for those with a strong stomach. No joke. Consider this a friendly warning. But tell me, do you remember any other anime as violent as these? Do you actually enjoy gore or not? From this list, which one is your favorite? Let me know. I want to hear your thought, and if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. It always makes a difference. Also, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stay tuned for everything happening here. Thanks.